Assalamu alaikum and a very good afternoon, dear students. So here I am there with the part 4 of this chapter, that is onto the summit we reach the top. As in the previous lecture, we have completed the explanation part and some of the previous activities of the brainstorming. So here are the activity 5, 6 and 7 we will be doing. So let's see the questions. The very first question that have been asked in the textbook is, after reading the text, one can easily understand that there is a lot of risk involved in mountaineering. Write in short about any adventure sport that you like and risk involved in it. So basically, what is the question is all about, that as we know, the mountaineering, if you talk about, so there is a lot of risk involved, right? Obviously, if we slip, so we will directly go down and we don't know what will happen next. So, and apart from that, there are a lot of other risks also of the, the weather and many other aspects are there, which is involved as a risk in that mountaineering particularly. So in that same sense, what he's asking basically, that we have to write in short about the other adventure sport which you like, okay, and what are the risks that is involved in that. So that's what we have to write here. So here is the solution given in front of you. So the answer is that I have written, or I feel like, so it's scuba diving. So a risky adventure. Adventure sports come with their dose of thrill and excitement. Not only do they give one an adrenaline rush, but also keep them longing for more. Now, what it is all about? See, when we talk about the scuba diving, so obviously, or even if we talk about any other adventure, or the adventure sport, whatever it is about, so there is thrill in that, right? And at the same time, the excitement, and people, sometimes they get scared or worried, but at the same time they keep longing for doing it more. So that's how it feels. An adventure sport that I really like is scuba diving. Not only is it a test of one's swimming abilities, but also a treat for for the eyes. So now basically what he's saying, what it is all about, that see, scuba diving, obviously if we talk about it, so it's it will show your abilities, your capabilities regarding the swimming, but at the same time it gives a treat to your eyes. Obviously when we get inside the water, when we get inside the sea or anything, so we get to see the marine life inside, right? So that's how it feels. It feels really beautiful to see the life inside the water. So it's obviously looks beautiful, right? So that's what it is about. Deep diving into the ocean leaves the driver spellbound as he encounters the marine flora and fauna. Obviously, as I just told you, so obviously, if you will dive inside the ocean and you get to see a lot of marine life, so obviously that will feel really beautiful. And at the same time you get to see the fauna part also. It's not just about flora but the fauna part also, the plants inside and many other things you will get to see. But like any other adventure sport, scuba diving presents its own set of risk. A limited supply of oxygen and concentration of other gases as one descends into the depth makes the diver vulnerable to a variety of health risks such as compression sickness, drowning, etc. So obviously, as we talk about any of the activity or any of the adventure, so as it comes with the excitement, but at the same time there will be the thrilling part will also be there, or the part which will scare you, or there are certain risks also involved at the same time. So when we talk about the scuba diving, as you can enjoy the things inside, but at the same time there will be risk, right? And there will be number of risk. There can be the as you get inside, so you keep the oxygen with you, right? The cylinder, you keep it with you when you dive inside. So what if there will be the shortage of oxygen when you get inside? There can be a problem. You need a lot of concentration on that, right? And apart from that, there can be the fear of depth, or which will make you scary or something like that. There can be the risk of health and even the sickness, or like the drowning kind of fear if you have, or like you might drown inside, or like there will be many of the risk like these when you do the scuba diving. Wild sea creatures, though non-aggressive, can prove dangerous when first with. With good training and a little daring attitude, one can see a completely different world. Now, like if there are some of the creatures, the wild sea creatures, they can be the dangerous part with for you if not taken care properly. So they can be proven very much dangerous for us. So apart from that, with good training and a little daring attitude, one can see a completely different world, and that is definitely worth a try. Risks are inevitable, but one must choose wisely. So, obviously, whatever you choose as an adventure, it will invite certain risk also, but you need to choose wisely what exactly you want to do. Scuba diving may not be the least risky sport, but it surely deserves a shot. As the famous novelist Douglas Coupland quotes, "Adventure without risk is Disneyland." So basically, what he said, like what it is all about, like whatever you choose, there will be risk involved in that, obviously. But you need to choose what exactly you would love to do. So, and here is, there's a quote of the novelist Douglas, as mentioned, "Adventure without risk is like a Disneyland," basically. Now, another question. Give your opinion. Whether we should or should not participate in adventure sports because. So, what basically he's asking here, do we, shall we participate in the adventure or not? So, if not, or like whatever it is, so why? Or because the reason of that we have to give here. I firmly believe that we must participate in adventure sports. Though adventure sports come with their fair shares of risk, they also provide us with a sense of adventure that cannot be obtained through other sports. So now what it is all about. See, what I firmly believe is that obviously we need to participate in adventure sports, right? So as we know, or as we have discussed just now, that there will be risk involved in that, but at the same time it will give you the sense which is like the sense of adventure which you cannot get through any other sports. In addition, they test our physical and mental abilities and thus make us stronger. So when we do the adventure sports, obviously it tests our physical and mental abilities, right? And which is going to make us stronger. Due to their risky nature, they also train us to have quick responses and presence of mind, as there is always a fear of something going wrong in the flash of a second. So while we are doing some of the adventure sports, so we are very much aware with there can be the risk, or there can be the things can change just within a fraction of second, right? So we will be more alert because we know that yes, there will be risk, or we need a quick response, or we need a quick attention towards any of the thing. So we become more conscious, and we respond quickly, and we use our presence of mind while while doing any of the adventure, or adventure sport. Moreover, they help us overcome our deepest fears, which in turn gives us the courage to tackle any obstacle in life. So, if we have any fear, and regarding that, we do some of the adventure sport. And if we are doing that sport in which we had the fear earlier, but now as we have just done that, so we might, going to overcome that fear, and maybe that will be completely vanished. So the thing is, we will overcome our fear which we had previously. And if we do that, so it will teach us that how to tackle the issues of life at the same time. Now moving towards another question. Tenzing and Hillary created history by reaching the summit of Mount Everest. There are many mountains in Maharashtra where one can fancy his or her chances of climbing them. Imagine that you have climbed a mountain and are immensely thrilled and excited. Write a letter to your friend about it. So basically what we have to do, we have to write the letter, right? So and regarding what, as we know, there are the mountains, as firstly what it is talking about, that Tenzing and Hillary, obviously they created history, right, by reaching the summit of Mount Everest. So there are many mountains in the Maharashtra, as we know, where we can go, or we can trek. So you have just climbed one of the mountain in Maharashtra or anything like that. So you are very much excited about that, to tell someone. So basically what you have to do, you have to write the letter about it and share your feelings with your friend about it. So as we know, the pattern of the letter, so basically which form of letter it will be, it will be the informal letter, because you have been asked to write the letter to your friend, correct? So it will be informal letter. So how you will be doing, you will be first writing a bit detail, right, about you. So here are the details what you can see in front of you. So we have followed the pattern, okay, A9 501, then we put comma, then you have to add the address, okay, in short, not in detail, a lot of detail. Then after that you will be writing the date, and this is what the pattern you have to follow while writing the date, 15th July 2019, or whatever it is, like 2020 as we know. So some of the students write some other patterns of dates, which is not right at all. This is the correct pattern of writing date in letter, so you need to remember this. And as we know now, everything we have to start from the from the left hand side. Previously some of the parts we were writing on the right hand side, and some of the parts were on the left hand side, but now all the details that you will be writing in the letter, everything will come at the left hand side, correct? So that's what we have done here. So now after doing the these details, now you will be writing the name of your friend, or like calling him dear or whatever, like because as it is an informal letter, so you can use the words which gives the warmth or something like that. So dear Vedant, I hope this letter finds you in the pink of I hope this letter finds you in the pink of health. I apologize for the having written to you for so long. I recently had the pleasure of undertaking the Kalsubai trek, and I am very excited to tell you about my experience. Kalsubai, at an elevation of 1646 meters, is the highest point in Maharashtra. So basically, we have to write the 3 paragraphs, correct, in the letter. The first one is the introductory paragraph, then second will be called as the the core content, then the third paragraph which we write is the concluding para, correct? Either we write the formal or the informal, this will be the same. 3 paragraphs we have to follow, and these 3 named as I told you. So the first para should be a bit little than the other 2 paragraphs. So in the first paragraph, basically you will be asking about the health or something like that, and that's what you have done, and we have done in the first para. And basically you're apologizing because you haven't written anything to him since long. So that's what you are mentioning here. And now in the second paragraph, you are mentioning about your track, what you have done. Okay, that you reached the highest point of Maharashtra, which was 1646 meters at Kalsubai, basically. Then in the third paragraph, what we are mentioning is we chose to take the train since railway tickets proved to be cost effective. So basically what you are talking about, you have chosen to go through the train, as the railway tickets are not that much costly or like that. We set out on our journey on Saturday morning and reached Kasara railway station by 7 a.m. So basically you're telling that you left the you started your journey from on Saturday morning, and you reached the Kasara railway station by 7 a.m. Local taxis ferrying trekkers to the base village Bari were readily available. The trekking trail was about 6.4 km and popular among the vertical hills slopes for a safe scent. Owing to the monsoon showers, the path got trickier as we climbed since the rocks were slippery. And visibility was limited. However, the sheer joy of trekking and experiencing nature in all its glory was worth every minute of the experience. The lush green prairie fields, the view of the waterfalls, and the sight of the Bandadhara Dam left us mesmerized. We reached the peak after 4 hours of trekking and were spellbound by the magnificent view from the top. It felt like we were at the top of the world. The light drizzle and the cold winds added to the joy of the experience. Knowing your love of adventure, I am sure you would enjoy such an experience. Hopefully, we can plan something together soon. Yours faithfully, Rahul. So basically, see, as you can see, we have added up, a bit more paragraph in it, as we know it is an informal. So it will be okay in it, but it will be more preferable if we write three paragraphs. But you can even add more paragraphs in it. But while writing the formal letter, we have to be more careful. Now writing the another one. You are the college representative and your principal has assigned you the task of writing a letter to the divisional officer. Then Satpura mountain ranges, Nagpur, seeking permission for the mountaineering expedition be organized by your college. So basically, you are about to, as you are the representative of your school or the college, so you have been assigned with the duty or the task by your principal to write the letter. To whom? To the divisional officer. Okay, for the Satpura mountain ranges, which is in Nagpur, and you have to seek for the permission for the mountaineering expedition, which your college is going to organize. Okay, so here is the whole format or the letter, which is there in front of you. You can see or you can go through it. So as we have first you have to mention the name of the college, because you are writing it as a representative of the college, right? So Bhavan's college, and where exactly it is, that's what you have to write, the location or like the address detail. And then after that you will be writing the date, and then after writing the date, this is basically the sender's detail, right? The first part of the letter is called as the sender's detail. Basically the person who writes the letter is called the sender, right? So that's what you will be writing in the first part of the letter. Then after, in the second part comes the receiver's details, or the receiver's address, we can say. So in that you will be mentioning about the person to whom you are about to send the letter, their name or like the address, like these you will be mentioning. So the divisional officer, and you have to add the comma here. Then Satpura mountain ranges, Nagpur. Now after that you will be writing the subject. And what is the subject? Basically seeking permission for organizing a mountaineering expedition in the Satpura mountain ranges. That's what you have mentioned. And it's very easy to find the subject. You get the subject in the question itself. Sometimes many students says like it becomes difficult to write the correct subject, or some students write any, like sometimes wrong things or like that. So it's very easy for you to find the subject, because the question is already given to you and it's already mentioned to whom and for which purpose you have to write the letter. Everything is mentioned in that, so you can find the subject from the question itself very easily if you concentrate. So after that what you have to do is the salutation, basically which is respected sir, we will mention as we are writing the formal letter. So here are the details. I, Rahul Sharma, am writing to you my capacity as a college representative of Bhavan's College to seek your permission to organize a mountaineering expedition in the Satpura ranges. The Student Council Committee has chalked out a 3-day expedition from 10th July to 12th July. The enrollment is open to senior students only, and aim is to give the students an opportunity to witness the beauty of nature while giving them a taste of adventure. A total of 20 students, accompanied by the faculty head of the sports department and the assistant in charge for sports, will be part of this expedition. We also intend to visit the Melghat Tiger Reserve and the Narnala Fort situated in the vicinity. In addition, we wish to survey the local flora and fauna and area and interact with the local inhabitants. We are committed to making this learning experience and welcome any suggestions that you might have. I hope that you will grant us permission to explore the beauty of the Satpura ranges. Yours sincerely, Rahul Sharma, College Representative, Bhavan's college. So basically at the end what you will be writing, yours sincerely, obviously, because you are writing a formal letter, and then you will be mentioning your name, and at from as you are writing this letter on the behalf of your college, right, as you are the representative. So that's what you will have to mention, your designation basically. And then the last question, A7, is basically which you have to do. Go to your college library or surf the internet for names of various mountaineers who have successfully climbed Mount Everest. Write in your notebook and their struggles, the interesting anecdotes they have shared, their failures, and the message that we get from their lives. Submit them to your teacher. So basically what you have been asked, this is the question which you have to do on your own. Okay, basically you have to, as you cannot go to the college or school, so what you can do, you can use the internet, right? So surf on the internet and do the thing that is given, that you have to get the details about the mountaineers who have climbed the Mount Everest successfully, and mention about their struggle and whatever the interesting anecdotes they have mentioned or shared, or about their failures, or the message that they want to give to the other people. That's what you have to write. Okay, so I hope you must have understood. So thank you very much.